Alrighty, good morning and welcome to the How Can I Help My Child series. How is everyone doing this beautiful Monday morning? Welcome to the show. If you are here with me, I salute you. Welcome. This is that show where we come and we talk about issues in parenting that can help you as a parent, especially of a young child, a school age child, or a child of a parent of a preteen child. In this show, we want to show you or we want to talk to you about the things that come up in parenting that parents have asked questions and keep asking us questions about. We have parents ask all the time, how can I support my child in this way? How can I support my child in that way? How come my child is not doing this? How come my child is not doing that? And because as an educator, I interface with parents a lot, and as a coach, and a coach of young children and mentor of preteens and young children, I get asked those questions all the time. So, yes, this is our way of answering many of those questions that we get every now and then about parenting. And today we are looking at how can I support my child to create the ultimate or to create an effective and fun summer plan. All right, so summer holiday is around the corner for some children. It's already started for other children. For kids in America, in North America, it's even, and Canada, it's somewhere, for kids in America and Canada is actually even, way gone. They're gone, way gone into the summer holiday. All right. So what can we do as parents to support our children to create an amazing, fun, and effective, right, productive summer holiday? All right, summer should be packed with memories, dear parents. Summer should be packed with memories. Summertime should be a time where curiosity is packed, creativity is nurtured, and lifelong skills are discovered. Yes, while enjoying all of this, while enjoying freedom, joy, and the joy of an unstructured play. I will repeat that. The best way to have an effective summer holiday that is fun and productive is that your children are curiosity is packed in your child. Yes, your child has a lot in their environment. They have a lot of activities that they are doing that will spark their curiosity, that will nurture their creativity, and of course will help them discover and learn lifelong skills. All of this should be done with an air of freedom, with an air of fun, and of course in an environment that is packed with lots of play, not play that is structured, but play that is, now how do we put this now? You don't want to create an environment that is rigid and structured like your child is in a school again during summer. All right. But you can create activities that are routine, activities that are chosen carefully, that are intentional. So, what you want to do during the summer holiday is you want to be intentional and not overly serious and structured. This is what we are talking about. Now let's take a few seconds or about a minute and do some invitation. Are you here? Do you have a friend who needs to be here? Do you have a friend that has toddlers, that has school age children, that has got preteens, right? Then why don't you go ahead and send them an invite to be a part of the show? If you have parents, you have friends, you have loved ones, and their children are not following this show, that you need to invite them. If you're watching us on YouTube, why don't you go ahead and share a link with them, or share the link to this session with them so that they can join us also. And of course, if you are on Facebook, why don't you go ahead and tag them so that they can also join us in the show? Okay. Yes. So yes, let's do this. And if you're following us on YouTube and you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel, where there are lots and lots of resources that will help you on your parenting journey. Yes. And then, of course, click on the notification button so that every time we go live, you are notified and you can be a part of what we do here. All right. We are always bringing solutions to your parenting journey. We are constantly looking and creating ways that parents can be more effective parents to their children. Parents can be more supportive to their children. This is our job, and it is one that we do so well. So if you're a parent and you are here right now, if you're a parent, especially of a young child, of a preteen, okay, and of course a toddler, right? Then hang in here, stay in here. There is so much that you can learn. There's a lot that you can learn from this program. All right. So now that we know that our children need to get outdoor, our children need to spark, we need to spark that curiosity in our children. We need to get them creative. We need to get them learning skills that will help them for a lifetime. Now that we know this, let's jump right into what it is that you can do this summer that is practical in this show and in everything that we do, right? In everything that we do in PTM, we are about practical approach. What can we do? We keep hearing all the information, we keep hearing all the things that everyone has got to say about parenting. But let's bring it down to our reality. What can we do? What tangible things can we do? What can we practicalize? What can we be effective at doing so that our children can see? How can we model what we are learning and what we are talking about so that this is tangible to our child in order for our child to begin to believe what it is that we want for them or where it is that we are pointing them to? So what can you do this summer? The first thing you want to do this summer, if your child is already on summer holiday and you've not done this already, it's time to do this. If your child hasn't gone on summer holiday also, then you are in a good place, okay? So you are the one that is the winner right now, because you can jump in right now and do this so that you can hit the road running as soon as it is time for summer holiday. We already did this with the children in the mastermind circle. The Mastermind Circle is a peer mentorship and accountability group that we run for young children and preteen, where we help children take charge of their own life. We are raising children. We are raising an army of young children who are learning how to navigate life on their own. Children who are learning how to take initiative, how to be self-sufficient. Children who are becoming more and more aware of who they are and the role that they play in their own lives. So if you are a parent of a child that is between 6 and 14 years old, the mastermind is for you. In fact, if you have a child who is 5 years and 8 months, then get on your way to the mastermind circle. Hi, Esther, how are you? Get on your way to the mastermind circle, because in this circle is a solid foundation ground. I dare say this. In this circle is a solid foundation ground where we help your children understand the language that you have been speaking for the longest time. Dear parents, we all need that other voices, that other voice or voices that are corroborating the things that you have been saying to your children for the longest time. Your children need to know that it's not just in our house that we think or do this. They need to know that, there are many other people like us who are out there who do the right thing, so that when they are amongst their classmates or amongst other people who do not share similar values as them, they know that, it's just this one who is a problem. I know other people who talk like me, who act like me, who do the same thing that my parents say are the right thing to do. So yes, your house is too small to raise your child. Your house is too small to raise a global citizen. And the best thing you can do for your children is to put them in environments where your children are growing as much as you want to grow as a parent. So yes, always to the Mastermind Circle. We begin a new cohort on the 1st of September. So it is here already. All right. And all you need to do right now is book a slot with just 5,000 naira, and you can pay quickly before September 1st so that you can get in. And guess what? It is one of the most affordable things that you can do for your children. The Mastermind is less than 6,000 naira per month. Yes, you heard me, about 6,000 naira per month. So what it means is that for an entire year, you will be paying only 70,000. Oh yeah, clap hands for me and say, well done, ma. All right, so that's what it is. And we will be working with your child or your children for an entire year with just 75,000. How much do you pay your lesson teacher? Can I hear that? All right, let's move on. So today, number one thing you want to do this summer holiday is you want to create a plan for the summer. That's the first thing you want to do. You want to create a plan. How do you create a plan? You create a plan by first having a goal. So this is how we do summer. This is how I have done summer for the longest time with our children. Summer is the time where you nip things in the bud. It's the time where you introduce new skills. It's the time where you fill the gaps that your children already have that you can see. So summer holiday is that time where you stop and you look. Oh, this child has a penchant for throwing a bad tantrum. So what are we going to do this summer holiday to help them deal or to manage that tantrum? Why summer holiday? Because summer is one of the longest holidays that you will have, especially if your children go to traditional schools. So it's a bit different for parents who homeschool their children. But for you who go to your children who go to traditional school, then summer is that time where you have a long time. So dear parents, if you are still that parent, that summer holiday is the time that you take two jobs. Summer holiday is the time where you put all your energy into work. You are wrong. Yes, I say it without mincing words. I understand that we all have our different dynamics and we have things that we are going through, or we have things that we have to do as parents to make ends meet. But dear parents, there is one person that should not be the casualty of you trying to live your best life. There is one person or one group of people that shouldn't be the casualties of you trying to give them a life. You can't take a life from someone while you're claiming or while you are trying to give them a life. You need to sit down and find out what is it that is essential. Go with what is essential. Are you going to be out there trying to give someone a life and you end up not having the person see you as giving them a life, or you end up having someone who will hate you for giving them a life? You have someone who will be disconnected from you while you're trying to give them a life. You have someone who will someday ask you, where were you when I was, just because you were trying to give them a life. I promise you, at that point, when you start explaining, it was because I needed to pay this, I needed to pay that, the child will not understand. No, the adults they would have become will not understand. Because the truth about it is, some of the pressures that we give ourselves are the ones that we actually decide we want to give ourselves. Because really, what our children need are just the basics. And so if we can look for a way within, okay, let's not go too far. But basically, dear parents, we can always, always, always put our children somewhere in an important spot, no matter what it is our dynamics are. And I say this boldly because I know that you do not need 24 hours in a day. You do not need 10. You do not need 5. You do not need 2. You may not even need more than 30 minutes to be present in a way that is tangible in your child's life. So what we are saying is, knowledge will separate you. Knowledge will be the stability of you. Knowledge will give you the stability that you need to understand that what you need in the life of your child, or what you need to do for your child, is more like the content of your presence rather than the length of your presence. Now, when you know this, then you know how to position yourself, even during the summer holiday, to make sure that you are spending that time with your child, no matter how small it may be. All right. If you have more time, the better. But if you don't have all of that time, then make the best of the little time that you have. Do you know that there are parents who are home for 24 hours and still do not are still not present in the lives of their children. So here we are not talking about the length of time. We are talking about the value and the quality of the time that you spend with your children. So make that time with your child this summer holiday packed with quality. Have quality time with your children this summer holiday. Okay, so I said number one, you want to identify what is the goal for this summer holiday, and that goal can come from what are the gaps that my child has that I'm going to be paying attention to. What are the skills that my child has? What are the skills that are untapped? I can see in this child that the child has this talent and that talent. The child has this gift. The child is interested in this, or the child is good at this, and they don't even know that they are. Now, what can I do to tap into that? The summer gives you a long length of time to stay in there for some time while your children are in a relaxed place or a relaxed mode where they are not stressed. So you can actually introduce this, or point them to this, so that they can begin to build skills in that area. So that's it. It could also be a habit. What is that habit that your child has struggled with for the longest time? The summer holiday is a good time to lock it in, nip it there in the bud, and then of course begin to change the negative habits with replace the negative habits with positive ones. Now, because you have time during the summer holiday, you're able to introduce the positive habits, and you're able to stay in there for enough time for you to flip, or enough time for you to change the negative habits into positive habits. It is also a good time for you to introduce new skills, new habits, new interest, whatever it is that is new that you want to introduce to your children. The summer holiday is a great time. For instance, I remember when our son had turned 10 years old, and we wanted to help him learn how to cook. We wanted to support him to be able to navigate that space or that area of his life. I mean, for us, this is the goal. If you are 8, 9, you're as far as you become from 8 years old, all right, we didn't start this even for our son at 8, not in every area, but with him we learned. And so for our daughter, by 8 we started already. From about that age, your child, even earlier if you can, your child should be able to thrive, at least, okay, at the least. Your child should be able to do something for themselves in whatever situation they find themselves. Do something, however minimal. That's what it is. So we're talking about being independent at every level. So your 4-year-old, if he's hungry, should be able to find something that will hold him there, and that will hold him there until you can give him a warm meal. All right. Your 5-year-old should be able to find something that will hold him or her there until you're able to give them, a warm meal or something like that. By the time your children are 8 and 9, they should be able to go into the kitchen and make something for themselves. By the time your child is 10, they should be able to make something for themselves and for you. By the time your child is 12, come on now, they should be able to host you and your guests. I have a 14-year-old that will host us and host our guests as it is right now. Okay. But these things will only happen if you start learning, or you introduce this early. And usually summer is a good time to introduce this and then run with it for a long period of time, such that the child begins to internalize it. So that's what we're talking about. So what are the goals for this summer? Find them. Of course, it's a time your child wants to learn to sew. You can see that the child has a thing for, mending things, loves fashion, loves clothes, and all of that. Why not get them into that space? In fact, they don't need to have a thing for you to teach them simple skills, okay? Simple skills that can help them take care of their clothes. You have, all of a sudden, you're going somewhere and you have a tear. You should be able to check, do I have enough time, and then fix it immediately. Things like that. These are basic DIY, what's it called? Do it yourself, right? DIY skills you should be able to, teach your children, okay, these basic things. So what are your goals for summer holiday? All right. Number 2, you want to now create a routine. You want to create a routine. You don't want your children to just do anyhow. Okay. Because I said at the beginning, the summer holiday has to be full of joy, right? They should enjoy some freedom. When I say freedom, every time I say freedom, please put a quote and unquote right there every time I say freedom, because there is really nothing like absolute freedom. Okay, what we're saying is let it be not the way school is structured. All right, don't have someone come in, his teacher, his lesson, you are doing math, you're doing English, you're sitting down, you are focused. No, it's not what summer holiday is about. No, it's not. Okay, there should be that flexibility. That's the word. All right, so there should be flexibility in whatever it is that the children are doing during the summer holiday. So you want to create a flexible summer routine. All right, a flexible summer routine that still ensures that your children are within boundaries. Dear parents, your child is a child. You are the adult. Don't ever have a season in your life where there are no clear boundaries. Children need boundaries. As a matter of fact, every child is silently crying to be given some boundaries, because it is within these boundaries that your child will learn self-control. It is within these boundaries that your child will learn discipline. It is within these boundaries that your child will understand and build their autonomy. It is within these boundaries that your child will learn lawfulness. So when you go around in our society and you see the level of lawlessness, you see the level of corruption, lawlessness, and indiscipline that goes on, it is just a pointer that, especially in this part of the world, we raise children without boundaries. So the boundaries that you have will keep your children focused. The boundaries that you have will keep your children free and happy and stable within those boundaries. So don't ever at any point in your life raise children without some boundaries. So let those boundaries be fixed that your children know. And what are those boundaries? Your values, your family values will form these boundaries. Your plan, your family vision will form these boundaries. Your family goals and mission will form these boundaries. The plans that you have, or the policies that you have around certain things, okay, the use of media, all of this, how they build friendships, all of this, how they get into, all of these relationships, how they build relationships, how they build friendships, how you worship, what you wear, what you do in your home, basically. All of these things that you would have said since your children were 0, 1, 2, 5. These will form the boundaries. And so within these boundaries, your children will be everything. But there will always be those boundaries that form the standard that is accepted as a child of your home. Are you following me? All right. So yes. So create those routines so that your children know that we don't sleep till 1 o'clock because it is summer holiday. No, don't do that. Because usually the reason your children will sleep till 12, 1, 2, 11 o'clock is because they have stayed up till 11, 12, 1, 2, okay, because they are in summer holiday. Don't turn your children into lawless people just because it's summer holiday. Let them still have a sleep time and a wake up time. You could be a little flexible and add a little 30 minutes here from the normal time, when they're in school, a little 30 minutes here, a little 1 hour at the most. But please keep it there. If possible, leave it the way it was, if possible. But if, you just want to feel all the whole summer vibe and you decide 30 minutes here, 1 hour at the most. So whatever it is, let your children go to bed at 9. At the latest, they're about, okay, depending on their age, maybe 9:30 for your older kids that are teenagers, perhaps. All right. So do that, create that flexible routine. And then within that routine, you want to put what exactly it is that they are. I mean, there should be time. Okay, this time do not have to be 1 to 2, 3 to 4. You can actually put, what do you call it now? You can actually put a block time. All right. You can say wake up at 6 a.m. from 6 to 9. All right. Chores, breakfast, and blah, blah, blah. You understand? chores, breakfast, and personal devotion. So basically, within that frame of 3 hours, your children know that, okay, I need to get all of this done. And then you go your way and allow them, manage themselves and manage their time within that time. So you see what I mean? There is a framework, there is the boundaries, but within that boundaries, you can still make your own decisions. Which one should I do first? Which one? So leave them that autonomy of choosing, where should I go first? What should I do first? How do I go about it? What should I use? And all of that. That's you giving them freedom within boundaries. Are you following me? Are you understanding? So this is what we do during summer holiday. All right. The next one you want to do is you want to create outdoor adventure. Yes, this summer holiday, don't cook your children in your home. Don't leave them in the four walls of your home. We said this and we will keep saying the four walls of your home is too small. The four walls of your home are too small to raise a global citizen. How my mother did it, how my father did it is too small to raise a child in the 21st century. Is that not how I was raised? It's too small and it's too limiting to raise a child that is supposed to be more than you. So you cannot be using a template to raise a child that you say will be greater than me, and you're using the templates that made you who you are. If your child is going to be greater than you, then you need to adopt a template that can raise someone to be more than you. So you want to look around you, and you can't raise or create that template without being realistic. You need to be realistic. What obtains in the present world? What obtains in this time? Let that guide how you create your boundaries even within the present times, if you understand what I'm talking about. All right, so let your children be out there. Let them play outside for at least 2 hours every day. I don't care if your child is 15 or 16. Let them get out. Let them play. Let them ride the bicycle. Let them scoot, roll tires, play sway, do whatever it is. Just let your children be outdoor, okay? Plan those trips. Go to the park with them. All right. Go to the park with them. Just do something. Go and have nature walks in the evening. Go and exercise with them. All right. Do walks. Just be outdoor. Let your children not be all cooked in the house. All right. Number 4 is you want to introduce books. Oh my goodness. This one. You want to introduce books in a fun way this holiday. All right. Yes, you understand. Thank you, Esther, for the feedback. All right. So you want to introduce books in fun ways this holiday, and we got you on this one. All right. So if you have children between 0 and 13, we have created or we have put together a summer fun activity book challenge. The goal of our summer fun activity book challenge is to ensure that your child is motivated to read because your child finds reading interesting and fun. We want to cultivate a habit of reading in your child, reading for leisure and not just for information, not just for information they need to pass. We want to cultivate a habit of reading where your children read because they enjoy reading and they want to have knowledge of the world. Basically, want to have knowledge in every facet or in every area. They want to know. They don't just want to take it so that they can regurgitate and give it back so that they can get grades or pass exams. They want to get knowledge because they want to know. This kind of knowledge or this kind of reading is not done by force. It's not done by say, come on, leave here and go and carry your book and read. It's not done that way. You cannot raise an ardent reader that way. You will raise them by creating fun. You will raise them by making the activity of reading give them a sense of satisfaction. When that happens, then the child will get motivated. And so, because we know that the summer holiday is not a time to waste, and the summer holiday is the time where we lock things like this in. Remember what I said at the beginning? This is when you lock in those skills. This is when you lock in those gaps. This is when you do all of that. So because we understand this, that's why we put this summer challenge at this point, So from the 1st of August to the 30th of August, we will be going on a ride with the children who people will be registered in this amazingly exciting and fun summer book challenge. If your child is already reading book, don't even say, oh, my child is already reading, so I don't need. No, we want to make children move from just people who read books to children who become ardent readers and readers who enjoy book and who experience books in an amazing way. All right, so the challenge is on, and we have been, this has been out there for a long time. Today is actually the last day for the early bird bonus basically for this challenge. So you can get this challenge today for 3,500 naira. Yes, only 3,500 naira per child, and you will be in this challenge for 30 days. I mean, 30 days, all right, of fun learning, exciting learning. We are touching so many aspects of their lives will be touched during this challenge. All right, so it's not just about the book, it's about learning skills, it's about other things also. All right, so you want to make sure you register them for the challenge, and you want to do it today. If you don't do it today, then tomorrow, I can't guarantee, right? The actual price for this challenge is 10,000 naira. That's it. One person is 10,000 naira because it's worth more than that. But we are giving it for 3,500 naira. And it's been like that for an entire week. Today is the last day. So if I were you, I would jump in here and get it today. Please don't let it pass today, because at 11:59 today, it is off the table. All right. The next thing is number 5 is you want to organize play dates. Organize play dates and activities for your children to have. All right. We have a book, Playtime Stories for Champions. It's an amazing book with Playtime Stories for Champions. You have activities that you can use when your children go on play dates, activities that you can use with your children also to fill in the time. It's a whole day they are with you. Do the book challenge and create your own fun activities in your home also. All right. So all of these things, I said, children should play in an unstructured way. Play is the language of learning for children. So the summer should be packed with a lot of play. Your children should be playing for at least 5-6 hours during the summer holiday. And I hope you know that for a child, anything that is giving them a sense of satisfaction, especially when they're doing it with you, is play. So if you could be folding clothes with your child and you're folding clothes in a fun way, and for your child, you are playing. So that's why we said it doesn't have to be sit down, teacher, blackboard, whiteboard, can you sit? That's not what it is. Right now is play. So you can actually be learning something that is academic and it is play. That's what we'll be showing you in the challenge, how you can do a lot of these things and turn them into play for your child, especially for your young child, even for your 10, 11, 12, and 13-year-olds. There is a way. The challenge is to the way, follow who know road, so that we can teach you the way and you can incorporate this into your parenting. All right. The next one is you want to go for excursions. Yes, go for excursions with your children. Look around you in your environment. Even if you're traveling, before you get into that city, do some research and take the advantage to take your children to the places that are monumental in that place. Please, summer holidays not to be moving from one shop to the other. That's not what it is about. And dear people, even when you travel abroad or travel away from your city, it's not about going to one shop after the other and your children picking clothes and filling their bags. That's not what summer is for. Buy clothes, by all means, do what you have to do, but please let the children experience. Let them get new experiences during the summer holiday, which brings us to the number 8 thing. Let your children get new experiences. Create new experiences for your children. Let your children encounter the world indeed, because you mentioned and pointed them to the importance of experiencing the world. Do not raise your children to be like you, where when you travel, your only problem is how to enter shop, buy this, buy that, and that's it. You carry your bag and come back. No, teach your children how to savor the moment, how to enjoy experiences, how to enjoy great things that have been created, that people have used their energy and sweat to build and to create, so that they can go and see the strength of the mind of some individuals. Let your children see what people before them could create so that they can understand that there is no limit to what they can do. The reason our children are, I mean, in this part of the world, we are not innovative, we are not creative, and all of that, it's because we are not introduced to seeing the awesomeness of what the minds of people have done. So you don't have the opportunity to go to places where your children can see what people before them have done and be marveled at it, and so triggered, empowered, and equipped to want to do more themselves. All right, we're going to leave the show here for today because this is a 15 to 30 minutes show. All right, so join us again tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. where we will be breaking down. So this series, we just started a series on how to help your child, or how to support you to help your child have a fun summer holiday. And in this series, we are going to be breaking. You know how you will hear sometimes, let your children have fun, do this, do that, but you don't know how to go about it. Okay, you just hear these things. Okay, create it, or do this, do this. You're not sure what to do. You're not sure how to go about it. It's our job, right? It's our job here in the it's our job in the mastermind circle and our job at PTM to try and break this down, because we know that sometimes parents are lost, right? And so we want to break things down for you so that you can take them and apply them, and it can be tangible in your life and in the life of your children. Because when there is no tangibility to learning, children are actually not learning. When there's no tangibility, when children cannot relate to what you are saying, the moment it is abstract, your child may be there passing, cramming, and all of that. The truth is, your child isn't learning. And I can say this for you for free because I have worked with children for over a decade, isn't it? So I can say this to you for free, and you will get it, right? So thank you very much for joining us. If you like to be a part, you should. If you have children between 0 and 13, then there is no reason why they shouldn't be in this challenge. The challenge is affordable, the challenge is easy, the challenge is fun, the challenge will help you bond, the challenge will help the children build skills, the challenge will help them become active, be active during the summer. It will help them meet other people, it will help them create new skills. Why shouldn't they be for just 3,500 naira? But that 3,500 is only available today. After today, we will move to the actual price. Okay, I don't know. Okay, so if I were you, I would jump in and get this today. Thank you very much. You have the information that you need to join this challenge right on my screen right now, scrolling. All you can do is take a screenshot of it and, of course, join us in this challenge that will be fun and amazing. All right, it's as simple as that. Grab it and then send the proof of payment to us, or just send us a message or comment in the comment section, and the team will respond to you. All right, so go on and prepare for the summer holiday, and make it a date with us again at 1 p.m. where we will be having the Skill Up Show, our weekly webinar. So you can join us at 1 p.m. again today. Thank you very much, and I'll see you later. And of course, I'll see you tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. again. Bye. Thank you for everyone who joined. Thank you. See you tomorrow, or see you at 1 p.m. today. Bye.